像我这样优秀的人，
A friend in Pudong told me his company not only canceled the year-end bonus, but also slashed salaries by 30%. He had planned to use the bonus to pay his mortgage, but that plan is gone. Many of my friends in Shanghai are going through the same. Some companies are laying off, others cutting pay or delaying wages. Is every company in Shanghai this desperate now? One woman said, "I've already reduced the house price by 3.3 million yuan in just 3 months. Sister, this house is worth over 3 million yuan for the view alone, and you're still asking me to cut more? I can't. My kid is going abroad to study, and I need the money. Business is collapsing, and I'm forced to sell." With China's economy stalling, layoffs and the infamous 35-year-old threshold have left countless middle-aged workers trapped. Once you lose your job, getting back in is almost impossible. Even those once earning tens of thousands a month now struggle to find work that pays decently. One blogger wrote, "I can't change my fate, nor my parents. Just days ago, my dad's company dissolved, leaving him jobless at 57. With a younger sister still in school, he can't rest. I didn't know how to comfort him. I just sent 5,000 yuan. But the guilt crushed me. I'm too ordinary, too weak to give them a better life." Her father keeps searching for work, exhausted, nearly 60, still carrying the weight of the family. She recalled how, in her rebellious years, she used to blame her parents for not making enough money. Only later did she realize they had sacrificed everything, working endlessly, never traveling, never enjoying life, just to keep food on the table. Another blogger, Xiao Wang, thought he had hope when he landed an interview at an internet firm. But reality hit hard. The company proudly told him, "We work 996 here, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. No holidays, just time off in lieu." Xiao Wang left furious. Occasional overtime is fine, but turning 996 into a rule? Canceling national holidays? Are you hiring employees or slaves? This is the cruel truth of today's China. Salaries cut, mortgages unpaid, houses sold off, middle-aged workers discarded, parents breaking down, young people burning out under 996. Blogger Xiao Wang shared his job-hunting nightmare. At an interview after asking about his family, the interviewer dropped a chilling question. "What if your child gets sick when the project is at its busiest?" Xiao Wang was stunned. "Who's in my family is none of your business," he thought. Right then, he knew this company wasn't for him. He stood up and left. In his video, he sighed. Has the job market become so bad that employers dare to ask such questions? Some people may accept these conditions, but I can't. I have aging parents and a young child. If someone gets sick, I must be there. I can't sell my entire life to a company. But reality only got worse. Xiao Wang said, "Today I applied for a 3,500 yuan job, yet I was rejected because of my age. 2 months ago, I earned 10,000 yuan a month. Now I can't even get 3,500. They say at 40 a man has no doubts. But I'm completely lost. I don't know what to do." His biggest burden is the mortgage, 6,800 yuan each month. Before being laid off, he barely managed. Now, without income, he's hit rock bottom. Another blogger, a 26-year-old born in 1999, described his survival strategy in Shanghai. Single, with no kids, he squeezes every yuan. Cooking at home, groceries under 400 yuan, utilities under 100, commuting by scooter. He rarely eats out, dinner costs under 10 yuan, and leftovers become lunch the next day. With strict planning, you can survive in Shanghai on just a few hundred yuan. But even he couldn't escape. His team faced mass layoffs, with 25–30% of employees suddenly dismissed. The crisis doesn't stop there. Housing prices in Shanghai are collapsing. Once 230,000 yuan per square meter in Huangpu, now 10,000. In Lingang, properties once worth 60,000 can't even sell at 27,000, a 70% drop. More and more foreclosed homes are hitting the market, from million yuan apartments to luxury mansions worth tens of millions. Experts predict another 30–60% drop within 3 years, pushing countless families to bankruptcy. 1/4 of households in Shanghai are already underwater, with debts far beyond their assets. One man broke down. I worked in Hangzhou for years, finally bought a 3 million yuan home with a 900,000 down payment and a 2.1 million loan. Monthly mortgage, 12,000 yuan. I thought I could endure it, but after getting laid off, I gave up. He hadn't paid for over a year. The bank seized his house. Shockingly, after all those payments, he still owed 2.06 million yuan. Of the 300,000 he paid, 60,000 went to interest. His down payment, renovations, and even legal fees, all gone. In just 2 years, he lost 1.6 million yuan. 10 years of hard work, and in the end, I was only working for the bank. Now I have nothing. This is today's cruel reality. Layoffs, age discrimination, collapsing wages, vanishing homes, and families crushed by endless mortgages. For millions of ordinary Chinese, decades of sacrifice are turning to dust overnight. The blogger stated that he was 46 years old and living in Guangzhou. He had previously worked and started a business. He lost his job in the first month of 2025. More accurately, he was out of work. Many kind people suggested that he tried driving for Didi or delivering food, just as a temporary fix. He rejected them all outright. There are 3 reasons. The first reason isn't the most important, but it's definitely the most crucial. His health. He's 46 years old now. He hasn't been known to endure hardship since childhood, and he never did any physical labor in his youth. Delivering food at 46 wouldn't be physically possible. He would barely make a few deliveries before his health broke down, and the little he earned would all be wasted. It was a waste. The blogger said another reason he didn't want to deliver food was the income. Many people say, "You're unemployed, so why are you still so picky? Just having an income is good enough." Have you heard that saying? He couldn't remember the exact words, but it means that if doing something doesn't change your current situation, it's better not to do it. The income from delivering food couldn't change his current situation or even alleviate it, so he felt there was no point. The third reason is also the most fundamental. Because opportunities are limited for middle-aged people, they're constantly busy and exhausted, devoting their limited time to a physically demanding task. Imagine returning home from a long day of delivering food, only to fall asleep, with no time to think about how to get over it. Over time, you're destined to be a delivery driver forever. Amidst China's continued economic weakness, the piano education industry, once considered a standard for middle-class families, is facing an unprecedented comprehensive contraction. From piano manufacturers to frontline teachers, the entire industry chain is in a downturn, and even high-income families are beginning to tighten their belts. Shanghai blogger Shanghai Xinsheng recently interviewed Ms. Zhang Cheng, a piano teacher born in the 2000s who has personally witnessed the ups and downs of this industry. Ms. Zhang has been learning piano since childhood and began teaching part-time after graduating from high school. This was during a boom in piano education when market demand was high. She has been teaching piano for 9 years, mainly on weekends, with classes almost daily during the summer vacation. However, in recent years, with the economic downturn and declining spending power, she has felt a significant impact. She said that since 2024, the number of students signing up for piano lessons has dropped significantly. She said that the piano shop where she teaches has also been forced to downsize. Originally a 2-story teaching space, it now only has 1 floor left, with the other floor sublet. Fewer classes and a shrinking student population have exacerbated overall operational pressures. With falling housing prices in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, and frequent layoffs at large companies, high-cost educational programs like piano have gone from being a must-have for families to a dispensable expense. Ms. Zhang said, "I've even had parents tell me directly, our family income can't keep up, and with 2 children, it's too much. We have no choice but to give up piano lessons." because piano learning requires long-term results. It's not about a certain number of lessons. Maybe 1 or 2 years won't show any results, but 10 years might, and maybe one day it will work. It's a long-term investment. If there's no immediate results, parents will say, forget it. She mentioned that even if families who come to learn piano live in villas, mansions, and drive luxury cars, parents still haggle over the mere 50 yuan fee, sometimes trying to drive down the price by saying a certain teacher charges less. They are generally reluctant to spend the large sums they once did on their children's piano lessons. This thrifty attitude would have been unimaginable just a few years ago. Back then, parents were generally generous and unsparing with their children's education expenses. Today, people's consumption attitudes have clearly shifted, and they have become extremely cautious about spending money.